All right, so this is a movie that anytime I have the chance to talk about it, bring it up, throw some praise its way, I will always jump on that chance because it is never talked about. It has a little bit of a cult following since it released, but hardly anybody talks about it, and it is a phenomenal movie. Excision from 2012, directed by Richard Bates Jr. He's done a few other movies, but nothing that I recall seeing. The cast in this movie, first of all, is excellent. AnnaLynne McCord plays Pauline, the star in the movie. Then you have Traci Lords, who gives a fucking excellent performance. This is a movie that anytime somebody, casts doubt or makes fun of Lords's acting ability, I always point out this movie and say, go watch Excision because she gets a lot of shit, even though she's done a lot of movies since her brief porn career back in the day. Anytime somebody says, oh, she was a porn actress, she doesn't have any real talent, fuck you. Go watch Excision. She plays Pauline's very controlling, very religious mother, Phyllis. And then you have Ariel Winter, who plays Grace, Pauline's sister, who has cystic fibrosis. The cast just goes on and on. Roger Bart plays the father. Then you have a lot of cameos. Malcolm McDowell, Ray Wise. Who else you got in here? John Waters, which makes sense given Traci Lords' involvement in their long history. And Marlee Matlin. That's right. Almost forgot about her, but it wouldn't bother her because she can't hear me. But if you haven't seen this movie, brief synopsis, we have Pauline, and she is a very disturbed young girl. This is a very, very dark, slightly comedic at times, coming of age story that does not end well. It's also based off of a short titled Excision from 2008. I've seen the short after I saw the movie. It's good, but the film was a massive improvement just for the performances alone from AnnaLynne McCord and Traci Lords. But Pauline is an outcast. I love how they made her down extraordinarily well for this. She looks very unattractive, beaten up, awkward, when in reality, AnnaLynne McCord is a very beautiful woman and a very strong woman too. She's gone out and talked about a lot of trauma that she's dealt with and traumatic events that have happened to her in her life. She's been very vocal about that. So she is an actress that I have a lot of respect for. But Pauline is not popular. She's a virgin and she has all these aspirations that are delusional, that she wants to be a surgeon when she has no medical training, no, actual goals of becoming a surgeon or going to school, anything like that. She just has this delusional mind state where she's going to be this great surgeon one day. And she wants to help her sister, who I really like the character of Grace, and I really love the dynamic between Grace and Pauline. Pauline really loves Grace. She shows her love and protectiveness over her a lot in the movie. And Grace does the same for Pauline when she, kind of fights back at the jump rope girl across the street that has a tragic ending too. She stands up for Pauline, her older sister. So I like that whole dynamic. I love the whole dynamic between Phyllis, Traci Lords' character, and Pauline, how strict she is on Pauline, how rebellious Pauline is against the mother. And despite how hard she's tried to love her daughter, she just can't. And she says that at some point in the movie. So you're basically seeing this awkward young high schooler as she descends into more and more illogical thinking, delusional behavior, until tragedies start to strike. I'm trying to be very vague for those who haven't seen it. So if you haven't, and it sounds like something you'll enjoy, it's a very psychological thriller. I wouldn't even call it a horror film straight up. It's more of a psychological thriller with some dark comedy and humor to it, but a twisted coming of age tale is the best way to describe it. But I do want to talk about the ending briefly. So if you haven't seen it and you want to check it out, you don't want spoilers, leave right now. So the ending, gather around, story time. I remember when this movie first came out. In the late 2000s, early 2010s, I used to watch a lot of the movies that went to IFC on demand. And I remember when this movie first dropped, and I didn't know anything about it. Like with most movies, I don't want any information going in. I don't watch trailers. I just read the synopsis, hit play. By the end of the movie, when she starts doing the lung transplant on her sister with the jump rope girl, everything from that moment to the end of the credits genuinely fucked me up for a bit. It was really one of those movies and viewing experiences, especially with Traci Lords' scream. All of her screams and the crying and all the emotions on Traci Lords' character's face. The guilt, the disbelief, the anger, the love, all those emotions she does brilliantly in the ending sequence.
Traci! Come closer. It's just my first surgery. I haven't perfected my technique.
What have you done?
You have to take a closer look, Mom. She's extraordinary.
And that scream, one of the best ending screams in a horror movie for me past the 2000s. And the end credits song, what's the band's name? The Pacific Ocean. And the song is called Waterflower. One of the best ending songs for a movie of the decade, of the 2010s for me. It is such a gorgeous yet eerie song. And it fits the end of this movie like a glove. Perfect. I don't really have much negative things to say about this movie. And like I said, any chance I get, I will champion the hell out of it. I just brought it up in some video recently, and that's what made me think of it. So I said, let me do a quick review and video on this. But if you're a fan and you want to hear a whole discussion on it, I know I did this movie years ago on the YouTube channel. So there's a deep dive video on this on the channel. Go look for that. But let me know what you think. Are you a fan of this movie? Did it hit you in the gut with that ending like it did for me? I'll never forget that initial viewing and how I felt sitting with what I just watched. So let me know what you think about Excision from 2012. Excellent movie.